Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a place where the right message finds you. My name is Anisha, and I help people live a more authentic and fulfilling life. So, this is a little bit about me, and I would love to know about you as well. So, feel free to share in the comments which part of the world you're joining us from. Or is this your first time here? And until you guys do that, let me share quickly an overview of this live. Hello, Rich. So happy to have you here. And Rich says, Good morning, Anisha, from rainy London, listening while walking. Thank you, Rich, for, always choosing to spend your time with me, with all of us, with the space. And I am wishing you, apart from the rain, a lot of warmth as well. And I'm hoping that today's meditation might be able to help you feel a little bit more warm or cozy. So yeah, excited for that. You're welcome, Rich. Okay, so yeah, so for those of you who are new here, let me share what we do in these lives. So, we usually begin these lives with a meditation of around 20 to 30 minutes. And that meditation is based upon the quote that you see on Insight Timer homepage. So, we meditate upon that, we allow our system to get centered. And once we are feeling more open, more receptive, more grounded, we move to phase two of this live, where we spin the wheel of wisdom and the universe, God, divine, whatever you believe in, chooses a book for us from that wheel. And then we play some games where I ask you guys to pick a number and we do a reading based on that. So you receive the message that you need to hear most today. So, this was like a bit of an overview of what we're going to do here. And I will share more details when we get to each part. But for right now, I would love to know that are you guys ready for a meditation? If you are, you can type ready in the comments or you can press the heart button to let me know that, yeah, you are all set for the meditation for today. And until you guys type ready to let me know whether you are ready for this meditation, let me also drop in a quick message in the comments. Okay, so we have some hearts. So I'm assuming some people are ready for the meditation. And I have dropped the message. Okay, so now begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can choose to lie down, sit up, or simply stand. Whatever your body needs right now. As you get settled in this posture, allow your eyes to relax feel them becoming heavier and heavier until they close, bringing your attention away from the world outside of you to arriving within. Resting your awareness on the ground beneath you, noticing where your body touches the surface beneath you. Allow yourself to be held completely by the ground beneath you. Feeling your arms and legs getting heavy. Noticing your mind becoming lighter and quieter. There is nothing you need to fix or change. Simply arriving as you are. Today's meditation is inspired by a timeless quote. Act without expectations. Act without expectations. Lao Tzu. Take a moment here and gently ask yourself, is there any area of my life where I am to turn out a certain way. Notice in which area of your life you are feeling too attached to the outcomes, or too pressured under all these expectations. Now imagine that with your next breath, you are being gently carried to a wide open field. Imagine yourself standing in this open and wide field. The earth beneath your feet is steady and grounding. The sky above is vast and clear. Feel the breeze moving gently through your hair. The sun feels warm on your skin. Everything here unfolds in its own time. In your hands, imagine you are holding a small basket, a basket of seeds. These seeds represent your actions, the things you do, the words you speak, the presence you offer. Allow yourself to kneel down and to place these seeds into the soil one by one. You are doing this at your own pace without feeling the need to rush. You are not concerned with when these seeds will grow. You simply place these seeds into the earth and then you move on to the next seed. So each time that you breathe in, you are placing a seed, and as you breathe out, you are letting go of that seed into the safe hands of the earth. So continue to breathe and plant the seeds of your actions in this manner, breathing in, holding the seed, and breathing out, letting go of the seed. Notice how this feels in your body, knowing that the earth knows what to do, what to do with the seeds of your action. The earth knows when is the right time for you to see the seed growing, for the seed to bear fruits. Your role is not to force this growth. Your role is to simply act with sincerity, with presence, with care. When all the seeds are placed, allow yourself to stand up slowly and leave the field exactly as it is. You don't need to keep on checking, to sit and wait for these seeds to sprout. To demand for these seeds to grow faster. You simply choose to trust that you have done your part and the soil will do its part. The universe will do its part. So, as you walk away, you feel lighter, as if something has been set down inside you, as if you have released the weight of your expectations. And in this spaciousness, the quiet truths begin to emerge on their own. You stay present while you act. Feel free to repeat these affirmations after me. stay present while I act. I stay present while I act. I focus fully on what I am doing. I focus fully on what I am doing. I choose to release the attachments to a specific outcome. I choose to release my attachment to a specific outcome. I allow what I do to be enough. What I do in each moment is enough. I choose to let go of the mental waiting. I choose to let go of the mental waiting. I act with ease. I act with ease. I allow outcomes to unfold naturally. I allow outcomes to unfold naturally. I choose to trust the process. faith in my process. You did great. Feel the truth of these statements to settle within you. And now it's time to come back. Come back to your body, knowing that from this point on, you will act fully. You will release the expectations completely, and you will let life respond in its own way. So, knowing that, allow your body to gently wake up by wiggling your toes and your fingers. And when you feel ready, gently opening your eyes. Arriving back in the space. Welcome back. I see that some new people have joined us while we were meditating. So, a warm welcome to you to the space where you're going to receive the message that you need to hear most right now. And for those of you who did meditated with us, if you guys feel called, you can share your experience or your favorite affirmation with us in the comments. And if you don't feel like typing, that's perfectly all right. And in case you missed the meditation, then I will share towards the end of this live where you can find this meditation. But for now, I'm going to go through all the comments and then we will move on to phase two of this live where we will spin the wheel of wisdom and let the universe choose a book for us to receive the divine message today. Okay, let's see. Ranjit says, nice to meet you. Welcome, Ranjit. Welcome back to the space. Happy to have you. And please, can you clarify what do you mean by your next comment, which was and how to use. Hello, Lisa. I am so happy that you were able to join us today. Lisa says, so happy to see you here live. I got lucky. Gotta get ready for work in a little while. I will meditate now. Yeah, I was also pleasantly surprised to see you, Lisa, because I know you usually join us on the weekends. But I, hope that you received whatever you needed at this moment from the meditation or from the next few moments for however long you can stay with us. Hello, Mary. Mary says, hello, dear Nisha. I woke up during most of the meditation. I so needed this. You bring out the most beautiful energy. Thank you, Anisha. So glad I woke up. I am really, really happy to hear that, Mary, that you're feeling held in a beautiful, nourishing, and positive energy at this moment. Thank you so much for joining us. I know that I'm doing this live at a different time than my usual one. So I'm really glad for especially the regular ones who joined me here at this different time because I know this is like pretty early for you guys, some of you. So yeah, I appreciate that. And I appreciate the ones who are joining us for the first time as well. I really hope that you receive something of value from this live. So, my dear ones, now let me show you guys our wheel of wisdom. Hello, Caitlin. Caitlin says, wonderful journey. Got most of it. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend, for being here. I know, I guess, after this live, there is Nicole's live as well, who is another teacher on Inside Timer. So I know it might be a clash for you, but I hope you can spend your time until then with all of us. I'm happy to have you here, Caitlin. Susan says, just joining from Vermont. Hello, Susan. Welcome. Welcome to the space, dear. And she says, so cold and lonely. Your voice is very soothing. I'm alone and scared. Susan, guys, can we, send some love to Susan so she don't feel alone anymore, so she can feel held by all of us like she is here with us, like in a physical space. So yeah, I would really appreciate if you guys can send some hearts to Susan. Yeah, here we go, dear. And a tight hug to you, dear Susan. We all are here with you. And we are going to be here for a while. So I hope you feel, connected and held. Okay. So, thank you guys for sending out the hearts to her. Lisa says, love going out for you, Susan. Love that. Okay. Beautiful. You guys are so, so, so amazing. You're welcome, Susan. So, my dear ones, now let us open ourselves to receive the message that is for, for our highest good. So, if there is something specific that is bothering you, or a specific desire that you want in your life, then I invite you to bring that to your mind as we spin the wheel of wisdom. For those of you who are new here, this wheel contains the name of 51 transformational books that I have came across in my own journey. And now, holding whatever it is that you need guidance on in your mind, let us invite the universe to choose a book for us to receive a beautiful piece of wisdom from. I love it. So, the book that came for all of us is Oneness with Life by Eckhart Tolle. Okay, so let me give me a second to open the book so that we can all feel connected to life. Just a second. By the way, this is our book. And now let me choose some numbers so that we can play a game. So, my dear ones, in a moment from now, I'm going to ask you guys to pick a number between certain numbers, okay? And I do not want you guys to rush. Instead, take your time and see which number are you feeling most called to. Then share that in the comments. I will go through all your numbers and pick a number that my intuition feels called to. Okay? So the numbers between which I invite you guys to choose are 14 to 47. So again, there is no rush. Take your time. I will pick a number randomly, okay? Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Mary. Oh, Linda and Mary chose the same number. Interesting. Thank you, Susan. Hmm. So, since two people chose that number, I'm going to go with that one because there is something that really wants to come out from this page. So, I'm going to open this page number and read the highlighted text because as I was reading these books, I highlighted the insightful paragraphs or the transformative exercises from these books. So let's see what wants to come out of page number 33. Okay, it seems like an activity. So the author says, here is a spiritual practice that will bring empowerment and creative expansion into your life. Make a list of a number of everyday routine activities that you perform frequently. Include activities that you may consider uninteresting, boring, tedious, irritating, or stressful. But don't include anything that you hate or detest doing. That's a case either for acceptance or for stopping what you do. So do not go into extreme, but instead choose some activities that are like, daily chores that you find boring, that are uninteresting for you. So write down all the things that you do every day that fall into this category. The list may include traveling to and from work, buying groceries, doing your laundry, or anything that you find tedious or stressful in your daily work. Then, whenever you are engaged in those activities, let them be a vehicle for alertness. Be absolutely present in what you do and sense the alert, alive stillness within you in the background of the activity. You will soon find that what you do in such a state of heightened awareness, instead of being stressful, tedious, or irritating, is actually becoming enjoyable. To be more precise, what you are enjoying is not really the outward action, but the inner dimension of consciousness that flows into the action. This is finding the joy of being in what you are doing. If you feel your life lacks significance or is too stressful or boring, it is because you haven't brought that dimension into your life yet. Being conscious is what you do in what you do has not yet become your main aim. I love how this reading actually relates to the meditation that we just did, which was about being fully present in what you do. And especially with our daily tasks, they don't give us much, um, at least what we really want in our life, or so we think. But when we do these tasks with presence, when we are aware of what we are doing while we are doing it, we notice that these simple things, that these simple chores can actually, make us feel all those things that we really want in our life, like more peace, more joy, more wonder or awe, and whatever it is that you desire. And you don't have to change anything, you don't have to add anything into your life. You just change the way in which you approach what you were already doing all this while. And, you know, and the way you stay present is like, for example, if you are washing your dishes, that is like my go to example because I practice it at that time most often. So you are truly there while you're washing it instead of thinking about your work, instead of thinking about the next episode that you want to watch, what is going to happen next, and all of those different things. You are there with the task, you are holding the utensil, and you are aware of how it feels in your hand. Like, is it cold? Does it feel the temperature is normal? Is it smooth? Is it harsh? How is the soap in your hands, Or if you use a dishwasher, then just, being aware of the sound when you load each utensil, and the sound of water or the machine working, or if you're doing it by your hands, then the sound of that. And it also reminds me of, I think, this one practice that I read in a book, which was about when you're washing the dishes, imagine that you are bathing a Buddha or you're bathing a baby, whatever works for you. Because that can be a sacred practice. A simple chore can become a sacred practice. And and if you need more guidance on that, I think created a course related to that, which was this the art of noticing how to find joy, peace, and beauty in your daily life. So I've included like how you can actually bring the space of wisdom and apply it in your real life and experience everything, really understand or experience what people mean when they say that the peace is right here in this moment. The, beauty, everything is right here in this moment. So I hope that that would be helpful in case you are interested in being more intentional, more mindful, living with more awareness rather than walking through life on an autopilot mode. Okay. So we have a comment by Mary and Linda. Let me also know if this reading resonated at all with you because we chose both of you guys' number. And anyone else also, if you guys feel called to share something around this reading, feel free to, do that in the comments. Okay, so Mary says, presence and awareness. Very good to look at my daily routines. I am glad, Mary, that this resonated with you. And, awareness can do a lot of things. When we look at our daily routines, daily habits, you might realize that, there are certain things that actually drain you, that actually is something that you can do without, and you can choose to let go of them. Or you might notice some things that you do that brings you joy, and you can do more of them or be more present so you can fully savor them. And the ones that feels boring, you can bring whatever the practice that we discussed up until now to them. So yeah, so instead of waiting for big things to change your life, you do that day by day, task by task. Linda says that was a wonderful reminder to find peace and joy in each ordinary moment. Yeah, exactly. And I love, what you mentioned here about the ordinary moment because I feel like what makes an ordinary moment an extraordinary moment is like more of the ordinary, like the extra, sprinkle of the ordinary into our life because that is where we spend most of our lives, not in the big milestones, but in the ordinary moments. And we just need to bring more extra presence to it to make it extraordinary in our life. Okay, so amazing people, let us move on to our second reading for today. So let me open the wheel again and choose a different book for us. So, my dear ones, I invite you to hold in your mind anything specific that you need guidance on as we spin the wheel. It is like, okay, it is magical. We got another book from Eckhart Tolle, and the name of the book is Stillness Speaks. And it is kind of like amazing because as I was spinning the wheel, I just noticed that Nicole dropped in. And by the way, guys, she is another teacher on Insight Timer who does these like I guess 20 minutes sitting still meditation, or she holds space for us to sit still. So yeah, it's like a beautiful amazing book that dropped in at that moment. Okay, so let me open this beautiful book. Nicole says, haha, love it. Thank you, Han. Yeah, I love it too. And thank you for joining us, Nicole. I know you have, I think, a live scheduled in the next few minutes. So thank you for spending, a few moments here. I appreciate it. Okay, so my dear one, this is our book. I love the color. And give me a second to pick some numbers so that we can play a game. Okay. So I invite you guys to pick a number between 10 to 68. Again, no rush, take your time. Pick a number that you're choosing, feeling called to, and I will choose a number based on my intuition, okay? Nicole says, Yuppers. Thank you for what you do. I will check out that book. Yeah, maybe. And if you want, Nicole, you can choose a number and I will personally message you your message that came up. Yeah, so I can do that later on. Thank you, Ram, for choosing a number. Thank you, V. Okay, then I will send you your message, Nicole, after the live. Thank you for choosing a number. Okay, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Susan. Love to you too, Nicole. Anyone else who feels called to choose a number? And by the way, guys, Caitlin is also another teacher here. She does these amazing, lives where she crochet and she just talks from her heart out. So if you feel called to check her out, you can do that as well. I will highly recommend checking out both of the amazing teachers here, Caitlin and Nicole, and anyone else. If you are a teacher, you can introduce yourself or share what you do with all of us. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Kishore. Okay, so now let me go through all these numbers and pick one. Hmm. Thank you, Jamie. Or if I mispronounced your name, you can correct me. Okay. Okay, I am feeling called towards 68, which has been chosen by Susan and also Nicole. Okay, then let's see what wants to come through this page, which has been chosen by two people. And I'm also feeling called to that. So the author says suffering begins when you mentally name or label a situation in some way as undesirable or bad. You resent a situation, and that resentment personalizes it and brings in a reactive me. Naming and labeling are habitual, but that habit can be broken. Start practicing not naming with small things. If you miss the plane, drop and break a cup, or slip and fall in the mud, can you refrain from naming the experience as bad or painful? Can you immediately accept the is-ness of that moment? Naming something as bad causes an emotional contraction within you. When you let it be without naming it, enormous power is suddenly available to you. The contraction cuts you off from that power, the power of life itself. Okay, so before I read the comments, let me quickly share what is coming up for me from this reading. So, as I was reading this, it kind of reminded me of a practice that I heard about, and I'm thinking, like, should we do it? It is a very quick practice. So, okay, let's do it. Yeah. So, I invite you guys to say no in your mind again and again. Try saying no, no to whatever you notice right now. It can be a sound that is coming up for you, a sound in your environment, a sensation in your body, a thought that comes to you. So, whatever your awareness lands on, whatever arises in your field of awareness, for the next few moments, say no to it as if you're putting a hand, a stop sign, and you're saying no, no, no. Try this for a moment. Each time you say no, notice what happens in your chest or in your body. Is there a feeling of contraction, a rigidness, a tightness, or is there openness? So each time you say no, notice if your heart is open or closing down. And now, for the next few moments, whatever arises in the field of your awareness, say a gentle yes to it, as if you're welcoming it, like placing a welcome mat to arrive. So, for the next few moments, saying yes to whatever you notice around you or within you. You are not forcing any change, you are simply saying yes to it, welcoming it in your current experience. Yes, yes, Notice how that feels like each time you say yes. Is your heart opening or closing? Do you feel a loosening, a relaxation, a sense of spaciousness? Like you can finally breathe, like you have the space to welcome each of those things. Okay, you did great. Pat your backs. So that was the reading. That was what the reading was about. That each time we label our experience, we are like, this is bad. This is what, this is how it shouldn't be, it should be different. This moment should be different than what it is. It's like we are saying no, we are closing the door on the face of whatever is appearing in our awareness. And when we accept the isness, when we say yes, we are no longer, our heart is no longer constricted. Instead, there is spaciousness for things to arise, for life to move through us instead of us containing it anywhere. Because the more we contain the forces of nature, the more they build up, right? So I guess that is the invitation here for Susan, for Nicole, for anyone who is listening to this to accept the isness of this moment. If you guys feel called to share your experience of that little practice we did or anything that is arising for you from this, feel free to do that in the comments. And also, Susan, if you feel called to share whether this reading resonated or not, I would love to know about that. Okay. Kim says, what a lovely surprise to find this live this morning. Yeah, I decided to like try a different time. Actually, this was the time I started doing lives on. So yeah, I am really happy to see a lot of familiar faces here. I'm glad because I was worried that it might be like too early for you guys. Lisa says, I know Kim, I completely agree. You're so sweet, Lisa. Kishore says, feeling good. Okay, around that yes thing. Thank you, Kishore, for sharing your experience. And I hope that you remember this feeling anytime you encounter a difficulty and you bring that yes, bring that acceptance to that moment, to whatever is arising in that moment for you. Okay. Susan says, I'm just trying to relax. It is very early and I have anxiety. You help. Okay. So, yeah, sorry for, then putting you in the spotlight and asking you to type. And I'm really grateful to hear that whatever is happening in the space was helpful for you, Susan. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm sending you a lot of calm so your body can relax. And, if you need, you can even fall into, a deep sleep. Um, okay. And I think this live is going to end very soon. But Susan, if you need like more assistance or more of the energy or the space, then I invite you that you can check out, some of my meditations. I actually released two meditations recently around sleep. So I hope that that would help you like relax your body. Um, okay, Linda says, yes, that was a beautiful practice. I found myself smiling so much and feeling more free to breathe. Yeah, that was like my experience too. I was like, okay, I can breathe now. And I love that, your heart opened up and your body was filled with this warmth of a smile, Linda. Thank you for sharing that here. Thank you. Um, Jennifer says, I am in Spain and here it's midday. So perfect time for me. Yeah, it's midday here as well. Like it's afternoon here. Okay, it's okay. I didn't know like this timing between India and Spain is like pretty similar. Oh, I am glad, Jennifer. And if you need to, you can even take a nap after this. And I'm happy to have you here, dear. Kishore says, Ma'am, your voice is meditative. I am glad, Kishore, that you are finding my voice helpful in terms of whatever you need in this moment. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Oh, so, my dear ones, I guess it is time to wrap this live. Um, okay, maybe let's do one more reading and then we will wrap. Okay. So, mm, let me take out the wheel again and do one last reading for today. Okay. So, for anyone who haven't received what they needed up until now, bring to your mind that specific thing that you need guidance on, and let's spin the wheel. Okay. So, the book that came up is A Tree in a Forest by Ajahan Chah. So he is a very famous spiritual teacher, and I guess this is more like a metaphor, a tree in a forest. So give me a second to pick open the book and pick a number for all of us. So this book basically is a collection of all his teachings, and this is the book. So give me a second to choose some numbers. And until then, if you guys have received anything of value from this live up until this moment, whether it was the meditation, the reading, or the space itself, and if you would like to support me to keep these lives going, to continue doing this, then you can support me by making a small donation, because every contribution that you guys make goes towards helping me take out the time and energy and put in the effort to create more resources and a lot of free resources. And if you need some resources, you're welcome to check out my profile on Insight Timer. I have, I guess, around 80 plus free meditations and then a lot of premium ones as well and courses and stuff. So yeah, you can check them out if you need that. Okay, so picking some numbers for us. Thank you so much, dear Jennifer, for this kind donation. I accept your love with an open heart and I send you back. I hope that this abundance and love ripples out, multiplies, and come back to you in form of unexpected, beautiful blessings. Thank you for your support. So, my dear ones, I invite you guys to pick a number between 18 to 118. Again, take your time, no rush. I will pick a number based on what I feel intuitively called to amongst your numbers, okay? So, yeah, share your numbers. Thank you, dear Jennifer. Thank you, Jamie or Jame. Which one is right? Jamie or Jame or something else? Thank you, Caitlin. Okay, Jamie is correct. Okay, I was right the first time. Thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, V. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Mary. I would like to pronounce your names right because you have beautiful names. You're beautiful beings. Thank you, Linda. Okay, seems like Linda and Caitlin chose the same number. Today, like, it has happened with every reading. Two people chose the same number. Interesting. Hmm. Thank you, universe, for this magic. Okay, then let's go with Linda and Caitlin's number, which is 108. Okay, so let's see what is on page number 108 that wants to come through. Okay, so the author says the heading for this is spillway. When you make a dam, you must make a spillway too. Then, when the water rises too high, the water can flow off safely. When it's full to the brim, you open your spillway. You have to have a safety valve like this. Understanding impermanence is the safety valve of the noble ones. If you also have the safety valve, you will also be at peace. So, seeing impermanence can act as that safety wall, that spillway when a lot of overwhelm, a lot of tension, a lot of stress, a lot of difficulty is building up for you, by reminding yourself that this too shall pass, that everything changes, whether it is something that is good, whether it is something bad. And again, from our previous reading, we are dropping the labels, remember? So we are no more labeling it as good or bad. We just know that this moment, as it is, this experience that I'm having right now is going to change. And you can really experience this impermanence, or how it can be like this knowing can be such a relief when, especially if you have practiced like a mindfulness for pain or a mindfulness of a specific sensation. Because when you do that, you notice the insight that you get from doing this practice is that you learn that when I am really experiencing, when I'm really fully with that pain or that sensation, it can be like, a sensation of tightness, restlessness, pain, whatever it is. With pain, you go beyond the labels, you break it down and you notice what does the pain feels like is it a pointed pain? Is it like a, heavy throbbing kind of pain? What kind of pain it is? Like a doctor asks you what kind of pain it is. So when you break it down and you stay there, you accept it, you stay there with that experience, you notice that no matter how painful it is, no matter how painful that sensation was, no matter how intense what it was, it begins to change. It is never the same in the next moment. You realize that that sensation that you were fearing was not actually solid. It feels more fluid when you really experience it. You and over time also it's like there is this phase of like a wave, Initially there is like slight discomfort, then it starts to build up and build up and build up and it reaches a peak where it is like most discomfortable for you. And then eventually with time it will fade away, everything fade away, no nothing can stay at the peak. So that is like what you experience with it. And the first time when I experienced this, I felt this freedom within me, like I have the capacity to experience that discomfort. For me, I think it was for anxiety, and then the second time for anger. And I was like, I can hold this. I have the space for all of this. And this actually changes. And it brought such a relief for me. And this is in terms of your internal experience, where you actually experience your reality. But in terms of your outside experience, also reminding yourself that this too shall pass, this is going to change. Because change is the only constant, can bring such a relief, can be that spillway that you need when the tension, when the suffering is building up for you. So, using impermanence as the spillway, that is the takeaway. Okay, so let me know, Linda, whether this resonated with you or not. And we already have Caitlin's comment, so let me go through that. Caitlin says, "Whoa, the imagery of the Queen of Pentacles, which is Earth, and the Queen of Cups, which is water, came to me. They represent a certain mastery over the ability to be and stay grounded, and the ability to ride and harness emotions. Both powerful archetypes within the tarot. Beautiful energy from this reading. Wow. The Wheel of Fortune also came to mind. Change and cycles. Yeah, I love that, especially since, at least I think in most places, the seasons might be beginning to now change slightly, like winter turning into rain and then spring going to come soon. So, yeah, a lot of beautiful alignment happening here. And Caitlin, when you mentioned that, earth thing or grounded thing, it also brought something to my mind that I wanted to add to this, doing this practice of like mindfulness of sensational stuff, which is simply being with that pain, being with that sensation, is that if it is too extreme, then also you need to have some anchor to hold you in place so that you don't get drowned in that flow. So when you do these kind of practices, especially if you are feeling like it is becoming too much, then instead of tolerating, the thing to go to is to also have an anchor. It can be like the sensation of you sitting on the ground or your breath or some sound. So if you ever try to do this practice that I just described, do not push yourself too hard. Have the earth element with you, the groundedness, and then go for the water element where you ride the wave of that sensation or what or of whatever experience is happening for you. So thank you, Caitlin, for sharing that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have, you know, been reminded of this very important piece. And I love what came for you, Caitlin. You expressed it so beautifully. Thank you. Linda says, wow, love that wisdom. It really resonated with me that impermanence is a comfort in heavy times. Exactly. You know, a lot of us don't like change, but this reading helps us see that change can be a source of comfort too. Okay. Thank you so much, Linda, for sharing that. I'm really glad that this reading resonated with both of you. Okay, my lovely, amazing, beautiful humans here. I think it's time now to end this live. Um, so yeah. Um, again, if you guys, you know, found anything helpful from this live today, and if you feel like making a contribution, you can do so by making a small donation only if you feel called. And I am just, if you can't, then that's okay because I'm just so grateful to have you here. To I'm grateful that you chose to spend your time with me in this space. It just means a lot to me. And if you're new here, do not forget to follow me because I already have a lot of content, a lot of resources to help you, give you the guidance, the support, whatever it is that you need. And for those of you who are regulars, I want to let you know that I did ended up releasing that sleep track that I was talking about that we co-created, which was like that 8 hour long, sleep meditation with affirmations. So I hope that you will like it. You guys can, check that out. Um, and one last thing before I end that in case you guys missed the live, like missed the meditation, or would like to like revisit this live, then you can do so by going to my profile on Inside Timer. And when you open my profile, you can go to the About section. When you scroll all the way down, at the bottom, you will see this. And here you will find a way to access this particular live as well as all the previous lives that I have done in the series of Wheel of Wisdom because this is live number 172. So, yeah, you can access them. And you will also find here a lot of my offerings and some free resources. So, everything in one place here. So I hope that you will find something of value from this. Um, yeah. So let me go through the comments and then we will wrap this live. Lisa says, thank you so much, Anisha. As always, such a wonderful live session. Thank you, Lisa, for tuning in and staying till the end. I'm glad that, um, that when you opened the app, this was going on, and I loved spending more time with you. And Lisa says, I will listen. I can hardly wait. Oh, I'm then looking forward to, find out how you find it, how you find the sleep meditation. I have two like meditation that I was just released. One was 20 minutes, one is 8 hours. I'm soon going to release a 2 hour version for, those who like that way. So, yeah, releasing different versions for everyone based on what you need. So, yeah, I hope that you will find the one that you need. Linda says, thank you so much, Anisha. You are such a joyful being. It is my second time meeting you. Oh, you have been here before, Linda. I didn't knew that, but now I will remember. Many blessings to you and everyone here. Thank you, Linda, for joining us again. I am so happy that you like the space, and I would like to have you, more of in the space. Yeah, so I'm hoping to see you maybe in the next live or in the future ones, if the next one is not to your preferred time. Kim says, thank you, Adisha. Thank you, dear Kim, for being here. I loved having you. Mary says, thank you. So good, Anisha. You're magical. And so are you, Mary. It is a pleasure to have you. Harvey says, good morning, Anisha. Good morning, Harvey. Harvey. And yeah, even though we are ending this live, but if you just joined, you can catch on to the recording or you can join me in the next live. I hope that, you receive whatever it is that you need at the right timing. Okay. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, for sharing, all the lovely pieces of wisdom and your heart in the comment section. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. May you all be safe. May you all be healthy. May you all be happy. May you all live with ease. Bye, guys. I will see you day after tomorrow. Till then, take care. Have a beautiful day or night, whatever it is for you.